Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome. How are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea, coming to you from the Philippines on our 2018 vacation. My wife is off spending more time with her family and friends, so I have time to make some videos here. This one is going to be on how to attract the right kind of Filipina. I made a multi-part video series called All Filipinas Are Scammers and More Stinking Thinking, the emphasis being on stinking thinking. I talk about the many stereotypes of Filipinas that causes men to not pursue them. Unfortunately, those stereotypes exist for a reason, but they are not all like that. Do you want to marry a Christian? Then you should say that in your profile and reiterate that in your conversation with your online prospects. And by the way, I guess I should say this is about doing it online as opposed to actually being in the Philippines. You could ask her, because you want to find out if you're a Christian and can only marry a Christian, you want to find out if she is, by being discerning, not by being judgmental. You ask her, how does one get saved? What do you think about the Bible? What are some Bible verses that inspire you? Who is your favorite Bible character and why? What is your idea of a biblical marriage? What does a biblical husband look like to you? Or a biblical wife, what is she like? What does she look like to a husband? These are just some examples. Again, it's not being judgmental, it is being discerning. What would a marriage to you be like? You could ask her, what kind of husband can she expect you to be? So asking questions like this, I hope, can separate the pretenders from the contenders, because if she's serious about being married, and therefore I would assume serious about being faithful, then these kind of questions will turn her off, because she knows you're serious, you have a plan for the marriage, and she just maybe wants to scam you, so I think she will probably disappear. So, to avoid possibly getting a promiscuous woman, avoid the ones that talk sexy or show too much bare skin. There's a line that shouldn't get crossed. If so, move on. If you're uncomfortable with how much they're showing, move on. There's just simply no reason to expose more than should be exposed. I wanted a woman who did not drink alcohol. I have seen enough of what alcohol can do to want nothing to do with it. It destroyed my own parents' marriage. Of course, it's not the alcohol itself, it's the person that abuses it. But, a lot of people abuse it, and I just have seen enough of that. Fortunately, my wife also did not want someone that drank. People told me, you'll never find somebody that doesn't, drink, for example. Well, my wife doesn't want somebody that drinks, so that worked out good for us. I would not be interested in a woman who gambled, and in some places in the Philippines that is a problem. I just saw a TV ad yesterday for what do you call it, a lottery. I didn't know they had those here in the Philippines. But often with the gambling, the people that least should be there are the ones that are. And I know this can cause a lot of trouble because I know somebody in that situation. So gambling, to me, if they talk about gambling, I would have to move on. Could cause some problems down the road. If you want a faithful woman, you should tell her that you are a one-woman man who does not believe in sex before marriage. That should get rid of easy women. If you have done it in the past, confirm your intent to save yourself for your future wife. If you don't want a party girl, it is best to say that. Refrain from telling a woman what you think they want to hear. I really believe you need to tell her about yourself and what you are looking for. To me, that sounds so simple. I want her to know who I am right away, so I don't waste her time and don't waste my time. If you want a responsible woman, then look for a Filipina who has a job and is supporting her family with it. Tell her what you value in life. This doesn't all need to be in your profile, but as she chats with you, it shouldn't take too long for her to realize the kind of man she is talking to and the kind of marriage he wants to be a part of, if he is serious about marriage. I believe you risk attracting the wrong Filipina by being afraid of stating what you are like and truly believe in. For fear of turning off women, you only need one, and you want to separate the pretenders from the contenders as soon as possible. Quite a few years ago, when I was still desperately seeking a wife, I bought this product that was about how to be successful with dating sites. At that time, dating sites were just going to a place, flipping through a book and looking at pictures and one word of comments, and then telling the person if you were interested in them or not, excuse me, and a few photos, just a few facts. The internet was probably just getting started then. But the problem I had with this tool was it told you to be as bland and unspecific as possible about you, your goals, and what you're looking for in a wife. The idea was to be so vanilla, I guess, that you would be able to go out with many women. How is that supposed to be helpful? If that had been my approach, I would probably be, have ended up getting a lot of women pregnant, ruining my life and theirs. The Bible warns against being around the wrong people with different morals. I think you simply have to ask for what you're looking for in a good wife, and the right Filipina is going to appreciate that. A long time ago, I asked a married friend how he would handle a dating site, and his response was that he really probably wouldn't get involved with internet dating, or any dating site, I guess it was. But one thing he would do was get immediately to the point and state exactly what he was looking for. And I liked that. Obviously, it resonated with me. I added to that I would state exactly what I was able to offer in addition to what I was looking for. If you've watched some of those 90-day visa shows, they make it seem like the women didn't know some important things about the men they were seeking to marry. What they're going to find out eventually, if it's important, they should know ahead of time. On a very long-distance dating site, there is an understanding that you are there to find a wife. The Filipinas want to get married. The immigration wait is going to delay being together. For me, this was a reason to move quicker rather than slower. I know what worked for me in my pursuit. I just want to share things that I think might be helpful to you. It may have been that many women looked at my profile and realized I was serious about marriage and wouldn't have wanted to get involved with me. If so, great, that's fine. I want to find the ones that are serious about marriage, and they know what to look for, and they can tell if you're playing games. They're used to that. A lot of guys on these internet dating sites play games with them. This is what the Filipinas have told me. And so, because they want to get married, they don't like it, people playing games, making promises they don't keep. So if you're a one-woman man and you're open, honest, tell her what values you have, what you're looking for in a wife. And I got to believe this can help you find a wife rather quickly. My wife appreciated my profile and our conversations. She accepted my proposal on day 18. We got married in the Philippines on day 54. And by the way, we did not talk about money particulars until we had to. I know it didn't take very long, but this wasn't something that made her want to say yes. We were committed to marry before then. For all she knew, I was in a different situation. She tells me she was impressed by what I had to say. Are you listening? I'd like to think I confirmed that the more I talked to her. I was just being honest and open, and I think that is the best approach. That is how I went attracting my faithful love beyond the sea.